tricking shenanigans to give some double amount of shots to some of his friends.
Or for that defensive bailout too. You can be a little more aggressive spending your focuses, I think, especially with this high initiative list. Everybody but Vizier is high initiative, so you can lean on that force for defense with somebody if you need to. I'm very familiar with this archetype, except I usually do Merrick instead of Vizier, but otherwise this list is very well known to me. Vizier has more of the support ability. Merrick is obviously more of the aggro. It depends on what you want to do. This list is really good at picking one target and, kind of going 4 or 5 ships into one, and usually they don't make it out alive when you do that, and as is the case with when you are in 4 or 5 ships firing arcs in general. But this list really excels being able to initiative kill at I5, I6 here.
And having a support ship that has a 3 attack on is that's
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the reason why support pieces have mostly gone away, except for a couple of these like the Reapers, who still get to carry their own weight in terms of attacks. They get to fire those 3 attack dice. Over here we'll do Carrie Favela, rocking resistance list that is known well by Josh, the kind of community organizer who Carrie plays with frequently over at Fair Game. Carrie bringing Zori Bliss here with the dorsal turret R4 astromech wartime loadout for the extra shield, so extra healthy with those. Was it 5 shields? 5 shields, and has plasma torpedoes. So sticks around friendlies or even enemies can copy their actions and make it red. So, for example, we'll have Zori take a target lock, and then Elo will, let's say 1 straight near Zori, 0 to 1. Zori's like, cool, you focused Elo, I'll red focus as well. Great opportunity to do double modded Plasma Torps. Plasma Torps are so in right now at their price. Speaking of Elo, we have Elo with Marksmanship, Heroic, and Heavy Laser Cannon. Don't get in that bullseye. We do have that medium base in Vizier out there. Could get caught in that HLC bullseye. Pretty good. Chewbacca with Marksmanship. This is in the Falcon, of course. With Marksmanship, Trick Shot, Ray, Gunner, Engine Upgrade, and Ray's Millennium Falcon. Title, Chewbacca, if a friendly or himself dies, he gets to perform an action and then perform a bonus attack before they are removed. Super good. Makes
don't make Chewie mad.
Yeah, Chewie can get very angry. I love that. Very thematic for sure. And then we've got Temin Wexley, who's been a staple in a lot of resistance lists. He gets that free boost after fully executing a speed 2 to 4 maneuver. He's got Heroic. He's got R4 Astromech and Heavy Laser Cannon as well. Multiple don't be in my bullseye weapons for Ben to keep note of. And then rounding out the list, the most dangerous piece, we saved the best for last. We've got BB-8 in the pod. One of the most hilarious parts of this game is the resistance transport pod and how the longevity of that chassis has survived so many metas and just still been a good fit in different archetypes for resistance. It's hilarious to me with Han, Solo, crew, and targeting computer.
Well, and especially with so many lists having 5 and 6 ships in them, like BB-8 was like, oh, I'm gonna Han. And you can end up with maybe 2 or 3 or 4. I think at one point I can remember when I was flying BB-8, I had 5 evade tokens on him in one round, and it was my heart was happy.
That's a lot of evades.
It's like, are you gonna shoot a BB-8? Like,
go
get your good job, you got your 2 points.
So many evades. I think we're and we did a good job of reading through the list because now we're ready for the second round here. Everybody has moved. I'm gonna do one last adjustment for our camera. I want to make sure you're a little bit more in frame. Okay, that's better. We'll go back to our table view.
And it looks like we've got chance engagement.
Yes, chance engagement, indeed.
So half points are available.
So we've got a Let's Go Carrie in the chat. W Josh, there you go. Saying hi, Crazy Tom, and Tom at Dungeon Cat saying hello to you, Steven. He bet a lot of money on you, and you just failed him miserably last round.
Yeah, but Wedge.
Poor Wedge.
It's like Wedge was like, nope, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that was too bad. Oh, man.
No, super excited for John. I know he's been chasing his
invite,
his invite, and has come so close in so many opportunities. So excited for him that he's still going to get a chance to potentially punch his ticket through today. Yeah. For me today was just a great day to come and hang out with a lot of people that I think was 6 weeks ago when you had me on stream. Is that this community has really been fantastic for the store championships and just the relationships that have been formed. And
absolutely. I agree. No,
it's definitely been right at the heart of that.
Turning up a little bit. There we go. I feel like all the store champs we've been to a lot. I've played it a lot. I've been able to stream a ton. It's been a total blessing, and I definitely see familiar faces that kind of are pillars of the community. And even though no matter what happens, however you play, you know that you're gonna be able to hang out with your friends and have fun. And I think that's why a part of why people have continued to play X-Wing. No matter what has happened to the game itself, we still have a lot of people coming back because of the community aspect. And there are a lot of ways to still have a lot of fun playing X-Wing these days. It's certainly, I think, a lot to look forward to if you still are playing. But obviously, even as AMG would admit, there's been a lot of changes made to the game. So the community is certainly, when things like that happen that are more volatile and that might challenge people a little bit, if there is a strong community that supports those transition periods the best. If it were more fragmented and it was more of a disjointed thing. It's one of the reasons why I'm adamantly against. People always ask me who don't know X-Wing, like, oh, are there tournaments? Do people play for money? Like, what's the deal? I'm so glad we don't do stuff like that, because I feel like it would foster a type of community that we don't want. And that does, that would, I think that's one of the things that makes X-Wing special, is that the tournament scene, as competitive as this game is and as we are, it does still come down to people just playing spaceship games with their friends. And that's what I love about it, because I'm super competitive. But at the end of the day, I do want to feel like I'm playing somebody on the other side who I can have fun with.
For certain. Yeah, absolutely.
So that is my TED Talk, everybody. You'll see me on TED at some point, I'm sure, to talking about X-Wing. You'll know I made it if that happens. Like, this guy is talking about spaceship games. Or on our Patreon, it says space game content creator. Just avoid Disney's legal fist there. Yeah, so betting is open, everybody. This is a fun matchup, though. Just through and through. It's gonna be a spicy engagement. We do have the players mic'd up as well, so we'll be able to tune in. Once they start firing at each other, we'll tune in, because that always helps.
Because that's about to happen.
Yeah.
There's a whole firing blockade.
Focus.
Looking at Temin and Chewie over there.
I had to move the charges to get that.
All right, we're just going to leave that out for now. Vader for a focus, and be chill right there.
Trish Dadish,
He's still there.
1979. Thank
All
you
right,
for following
Vader
earlier.
shoots
We're
first.
at
Is that right?
991. That is
Ready for
9
combat?
followers
Yes, ready
away
for
from 1,000.
Range
a lot.
3.
So Vader range 3.
So I have 3 dice, you have 2.
Yep.
That turns to a crit.
Okay.
So hit and 2 crits.
All right.
Vader doing Vader things.
So I'm going to Ray.
Turns a blank. Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
that's
cool.
why Ray is good. If you could deduct a shield from Chewbacca for me, I'll adjust the dice cam.
Then your 5s. No shot. Or no, my 5s, sorry. My 5s first.
Yes, your first player.
We'll shoot with... X-Stabber first. Range 2 into Chewbacca. I've got you in bullseye, so I have crack shot.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 dice, because he's got his buddy. So 3v1. Hit crit. And we'll crack shot that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
two
Stabber was going to crack shot. That was into
Then,
Chewie, I believe.
Yep. So shoot them.
Tomax will take barrage rockets. So against Chewbacca. So
Oh man, a lot of shots into Chewbacca here.
1. 1, no bullseye for the reroll, so yeah, just 1.
You can't see it.
Takes 1.
With just one card.
Yeah, just 1 card. Yep.
I'm mostly doing for
what?
I was saying.
Oh, yeah. Mauler is the last one, range 2 at Chewbacca.
Okay.
Hit crit. Hit crit.
All right, we'll listen in. The crit is
And the crit is direct hit.
It's another one. So half
lots
points
of
in Chewbacca.
damage into Chewie here.
Chewie's down to 4.
And he was, how many?
He's 6, so 3.
So 3 points. And then your 5's no shot.
Yep.
So your 4's?
All right. So Chewbacca's going to shoot back at Vader at range 3.
Range 3 at Vader.
And he's going to spend the focus for
Hit crit.
That's what it is, the first
Vader will spend Palpatine Force. 2 evades.
Okay, and then I think Temin has the bomber.
Max? Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Temin
he's got
now?
him range 2.
Okay.
3v2.
And then
3 hits. Bomber takes 2 hits.
All right, so Tomax takes 2 damage. Sorry.
One sure to happen, Tomix.
Okay.
And yeah, chance
and then
engagement. This
no
is the
shot
one
for
that features
BB-8, no
those
shot
half
for
points.
Vizier, so clean up.
All right. Mic'd up moment here on Fox Sports, brought to you by us. ESPN 8, the Ocho, X-Wing. There we go, just tweaking the dice. The dice box was getting moved around a bunch there. I was just on the back end. That's why I was so quiet. I was just trying to fix it. There's a little bit of an earthquake. The dice cam last round here. Yeah, so 3-0 Ben. I guess it'll be... I think they both have the center. So
Yes.
4-1. I'll ask him to see who wants to... There it is. It's a joint effort.
Yeah, for certain.
This game's already going by fast. Round 3 coming up.
Yeah, so Carrie definitely needs to do her best to protect Chewbacca. Because right now, most of Ben's ships are definitely healthy. And so like he needs at least trade to take something off the table.
Yeah. Keep talking, Steven. I'm gonna.
Because so looking
need
at the
to
table
adjust
right
this.
now, it's like it looks like Vizier might
There we go.
ailerons and then kind of move in towards the center of the board and get a shot off it.
There we go. You keep going. You're good.
Fantastic.
I needed to turn you up a little bit. The mixer was a little off there, so it should be more level now between the two of us.
Good. Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me if Vizier does ailerons one bank to the left and then maybe like a three straight to get that shot in.
Yep.
I think for the TIE fighters, probably doing 2 straights to continue to pepper into Chewie.
Chewie just took a mountain of damage. This list is built around Chewie, right? I'd say, and that's a bad position for Chewie to be in after a single engagement. Ben doing like what I was saying earlier, what this list is capable of. You just pick a target and you just throw all that dice into one of them, and if it's a 1 agility ship, especially, it's gonna suffer. So
maybe 2 straights with the 2 ties in the bomber, just in case if Tomax needs to do the leapfrog, and then probably for Vader doing a 3 straight to give afterburners if it's there, and then just get to that range 1 so that Chewie can coming around this way. That's interesting. Maybe setting up a block on.
That is a little different than what we expected,
but potentially sets up the block on an LO.
and gonna take an evade there. The Reapers can evade, and something we forget about.
Can't go wrong with a double maw, that's for certain.
Yeah, force evade there. Basically trying to delay the reinforcements coming in. Rohan will have to answer another day,
For certain. Can't be too careful when you're dealing with those riders.
Yeah, Rohan will answer, but first, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap. Let's see. Scenario.
So we've got a 1 bank from Temin. Grabbing the focus.
2. Chewie. Like, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. That's actually not a bad spot for Chewie, assuming, well, there might be a range 0 shot from Stabber, but
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as to how fast Vader went.
yeah, Vader is at the top, huh? A little hard to see with the overlay right now. We're gonna get some marking here to get first removing Mauler, and we have a block by Temin here. Now Chewie, all of a sudden, he might have a real nice shot, assuming Vader doesn't ruin his day.
Oh, he would still get to shoot at that point.
He would. Chewie does get the he would get the bonus attack. Yeah, he would not be able to shoot twice. I think ideally he would love to. Perfect world, Chewie likes to be able to shoot twice in one round, but he doesn't want to be the one to die.
So
Ooh, did that
was
clear?
the one straight fit? And it looks.
No,
no, it did not. Got the bump. Takes the damage, so that's half on Tomax.
Yeah, half on Tomax. Takes one more. Tomax down to 3, and that does get Carrie up to 2 points now, 4-2. Now Stabber. A whole lot of bumping here. Oh, Magna coming in clutch there for sure. It's always nice being able to just move it out of the way, keep it on the base. Falcon's doing a nice evasive maneuver there.
Yeah, Chewie's got skills for days.
Oh, yeah. Very underrated pilot of the Millennium Falcon. I would make a justification for Chewie being an I-5, to be honest. But I know that people don't. Pilot skill was a correlation in 1.0. and 2.0, people just say it's initiative-based. But in my head, I still view it as pilot skill. I'm like, Anakin and Vader are I6 because they're good pilots, is what I tell myself.
I'm liking this. So probably target lock with
Yeah, moving Zori first.
Yep, so grabbing the target lock, and then she'll be able to grab that stressful focus.
So it looks like we'll have a couple of range 1 shots into Vizier. See Elo trying to do a 3 hard. Obviously, that's not. I don't think that's clearing. I will say that's one thing, right? With Tabletop Simulator, you don't have to do all that marking.
Definitely helps speed. It definitely helps speed things up. But I mean, there's also just there's always that joy of
actually knocking a ship halfway across the mat.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah. And being like, does this look good to you? Is this where it's supposed to be? You're like,
it's perfect.
Sure, it's fine.
It's like Sacred Game State. Nah, overrated.
Yeah. I do like the imprecision of in-person play, because that does factor into games. Like, having bullseye by a millimeter or not. Like, you can't set yourself up at perfect 5, 10, 15, 45, 1 degree angles, whatever you want to do. It's harder to do a perfect setup like
Vader
that.
did a 2 straight. That is not a bump.
Uh-oh.
Yep, was right.
Oh, no. Rut-row.
Focus, and he will roll.
Yeah, just don't deal with taking shot from Chewie. Although Chewie can rotate his arc with that action, unless he gets a panic pilot or something. So Chewie, when a friendly or him dies, is it just 0 to 3? Is that the
first.
range for
Yeah,
Chewie's
start combat,
ability?
Nothing happens. Vader first.
Yep.
4 dice into Chewbacca.
So here we go, Vader.
That turns to a crit. We'll burn the lock for these 2. So hit and 2. Oh, that was a crit.
Hitting 2 crits.
Yeah, hit and 2 crits.
Right,
One
Chewie
die.
on one.
Get that. So I
Got
take
the
2
evade.
crits.
2 crits.
2 crits into Chewy.
First crit is fuel leak.
Okay,
Oh,
so the next crit doesn't have
no.
the damage.
Yep.
So the next crit next, and then the fuel leak damage.
Yep. And then this one is damage engine, and then this is just a hit.
So how much hull do you have left?
One left.
One left. Okay.
So Chewy on 1.
Your 5s. Or no, my 5s. My 5s, right?
Right.
Backstabber would take the range 0 at Chewbacca. So
Damage engine.
2.
Sensor, I think it's
I don't know. I don't think it matters.
I don't think he has a shot on the X-Wing. I can't see.
So Chewy's on 1, but yeah, he's getting shot one more time by Stabber.
And then maybe from Tomax?
I measure this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
that
Backstabber
angle
shooting next.
could have that shot as well.
I think he's just out on the X-Wing. So yeah, we'll take range 0 at Chewbacca.
We can call a judge if you want to double check.
I think he's out.
Okay.
So I cannot add his extra die
Right, because it's mod.
because it's a modify. So he only gets 2 dice against your 1. 1 hit.
All right, Chewy. I think Ray, no matter what, you're
And,
fine.
Let's see. Let's spend the focus.
Okay.
I think it's the right call. You still potentially have
one
one more
dodge.
shot coming in.
Okay.
It is.
He lives. Then we'll do Mauler into BB-8.
Okay.
It's at range 2.
Looks like 2.
Yeah, and he gets the extra die, so 3v2. Is that right? Or 3v1?
2.
Oh, sorry, we'll reroll that. Mauler will spend for 2 hits.
And that was that one, right?
Yeah.
The expenses calculate.
Nice.
Oh, good
It's okay.
BB-8.
BB-8, yep.
And then
Didn't even need
Tomax,
Han this time.
Doesn't have a focus, so no barrage. Doesn't have a shot on Chewie, so we'll take the
Yeah,
shot
no
on
shot
Ken
there,
in range
okay.
1.
Okay.
That's
3v2.
why it's big for Chewy.
1. Take
1. All right, so now my 5s.
So that was into
All right,
Temin?
So let's do this one first.
So Temin took a
we'll
shield,
get
I
the
believe?
Range 1 into
Or was that
Vic.
into BB-8?
Okay. 4v1.
Yeah.
I think it was an attempt.
Yeah, it was 3 dice, right? So yeah, Temin takes a shield.
And that's terrible.
1.
Wow, that's awful shot into Vizier, who rolls the natural evade.
And then let's have Zori go with 3.
Yep. 3v1. Oof, that's better.
Okay. Yeah.
Spend the evade, so we'll take 2 shields.
Shields are down on the Vizier. Ooh.
All right, and then that's all my 5s. And well, you don't have anything. No, you have your Vizier, but that's a 2.
Your 4s.
So my 4. Let's have. See. Let's have Temin take the shot into Tomax. How many does Tomax have left?
Tomax has 3 hull left.
All right,
3v2?
range 1, and it
4.
has the focus into Tomax for the kill shot, and that's real good.
Spends for 4.
Oh
That's
boy,
good to
Tomax gonna need to roll natty evades to live here.
Seems good.
Does!
Oh!
Oh no, Tomax lives on 1. Oh man.
Although we still have a
Okay,
Chewie shot
so-
left.
Should we? Yeah,
Chewbacca's
should we?
going to
So
also fire
yeah,
into
one more
Tomax.
shot. You're prolonging potential death,
And he's.
and that's gonna
Rolling?
kill
2
Tomax.
dice, and he's got 1 hull left, so you got him.
I mean, just so I don't forget to do it later.
Sure. 4 hits, he's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. And
All
you
right,
get 2 more
down goes our
points.
first ship. Good, our first catch of the day.
So an extra dead Tomax.
2.
So is it? I got 4/4.
Yeah.
4-4 before the
You're
objective
3,
point is scored.
BB-8.
BB might have Vizier, might not.
I don't think so.
Let's find out.
Let you check better angle for you. Nope.
Yeah, no. Vizier does not have BB-8.
Hello.
Looks like no on Elo as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, and then
We
one
both
for the
scored 1.
objective.
Yep.
All right, so 5
5
to
to
5.
That's what I have.
Yep. That's what I got.
Scenario point.
And we're moving to
Round 4 coming up. I will be right back, Steven.
Okay.
Try to do your best to ruin my reputation while I'm gone for 5 seconds. To say something neat.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see as to how Ben goes after
How we
Chewie
doing?
now.
Good. I did that.
dice cam is like this.
Because
This
most
is
of
moving
his
a lot,
ships are
it's
now
like if you guys are putting a ton of weight
pointed away,
it's really
and
hard.
I think we're moving the table, to be
Vader.
honest. I probably am.
I think Vader did spend the target lock next turn, so
Yeah.
if you were to go for
We have
a
these
K turn
thunderous rolls,
maneuver,
so you know.
wouldn't necessarily
Yeah.
have an ideal shot on a Chewie, which is the 2 dice. Vizier potentially in a position where we could get behind Zori and Ella, although both of them are both still fully healthy. So don't know how much Vizier's going to be able to do by himself. Welcome back, Nick.
Thank you. How's it going? What did I miss? Anything crazy?
Nothing crazy yet. And then Ben's certainly going to have a couple shots on the BB-8, but then that's one of those things where it's just like, well, you're going to get like a point or two.
Yeah.
So I think Chewie living that round, I think puts Carrie in a pretty
That
good
was
spot
surprising.
now.
Yeah. Needed the so it came down that range 0 shot from Backstabber. He needed the natty 2 to really guarantee it. Vader not also. So here's the thing: people are gonna see that shot from Vader and say, "Well, boy, Vader would have gotten 4." It's like, well, yeah. However, that happens sometimes. Like the double modded range 1, you expected to have gotten 4 and just didn't, and that's very rare, even for starter set Vader. When you have focus, target lock, you almost kind of the way we've always played Vader, even before Batavia and Vader came out, is when you have the focus lock, you just expect 3 hits or 4 hits, and when you don't get it, it's like, well, that's a bummer, but it can happen. Even a boy Vader can blank out sometimes and only get a hit or 2. So it's one of those things.
But I think it's one of those things where, like, the great debate of like, well, are you doing starter or are you doing boy? And I think it's I think for some of the scenarios that starter Vader is better. So like for scramble, starter Vader is 100% better.
Even in salvage too, I think salvage is I know he likes to afterburner, but still.
But then it's one of those things where it's like you can grab a target lock and pick up a box, and it's one of those things where when you pick up a box, it's like you're certainly giving up something, but you're gaining something there. Where it's just like if Vader is in a position where like nothing is shooting at him, like those are points towards victory you're getting every round. And I think in chance it's like I feel boy is probably a touch bit better just because offensive efficiency is like that's what you're going for. But so looking at tournament data for across this wave, they're both performing at a really high level. And I think it really just kind of does come down to, which chassis of Vader is stronger in the hands of that individual player. Because I don't think it's like one is better than the other.
Yeah, I make the argument that one is better than the other in terms of totality because of the flexibility that one offers that the other doesn't. But in terms of if you're just looking purely at statistics on damage output, I think it's pretty even. And boy, Vader statistically gets more hits than starter set Vader with that ability. I feel there's a lot of pressure on boy Vader on spending his force because he probably on average needs to spend like 2 force on his attack. That leaves him with just 1 for defense until he starts taking damage and he gets it back. Starter set Vader obviously still has hate. You can sit there with a focus. You have your force you spent, so you can lean on force for defense or use it for offense, hold on to the focus, still have a force or defense for the next shot, maybe get 1 back with hate, whatever. Just like the flexibility it affords. But again, if you are going for if you're playing the lists that are just purely built on damage output and scenarios is more of a secondary thought, then yeah, I understand the argument for Battle of Yavin Vader. I'm just very biased for starter set Vader. Since shout out to John, who you played the first round. He had been playing it, one of the first people at tournaments I saw playing it with meta archetype lists, and he finally turned me on to it. It's like, the ion missile is really, I think that's one thing that if nothing else, the ion missile is a really big deal for starter set Vader.
Oh, for certain, because it negates that range bonus, and I can remember having a match against John where he had range 3 shots into like a 3 agility A-wing, and all of a sudden it's like, oh look, nope, you're only going to get to roll 3, so if you only need to do 1 damage, that ion missile can be pretty clutch. So we're seeing the 2 hard from Chewie, which I feel like that was definitely
Yeah, too hard from
definitely
Chewie there.
ideal because I mean, there's just not gonna be a whole lot pointing at him at this point.
Putting Vader back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chewie in another good position. Vader Talon roll possibility.
Afterburners? Yeah.
Yeah, just got to get rid of him. That's 3 more points out there for you if you can do it.
Because I think the 3 Talon with the Afterburners boost, I think gets you to range 1. And so then it's just can you push through 2 damage on the dice roll, and then let's Chewie
Here
off the board.
Come the boys. BB-8. They smell BB-8. BB-8 sitting there with just a stress. Did he jam? Or it's just the maneuver was red, wasn't it? He did 1 hard or something. Interesting. So I don't know if he's gonna have range 1 there. That's close.
Yeah, it looks a little bit outside, but
Yeah. He's already splitting them up early, but he's already gotten a mountain of damage in with them. So typically my rule with the boys is if you are going to split them up, you will have taken a ship or 2 off the board by then. Man, it feels good. I've had plenty of games where I've pretty much kept them together the entire game. Oh, it's awesome. If you can do that, you're in really good shape.
yeah, because if they get ignored, then it's just they're gonna inflict some punishment on.
Yeah, I honestly think they're one of the more balanced, like, meta monsters in the sense that they are, like, purely dice variance based. Like, they can just roll 1 or 2 blanks every roll, and they just don't do as much. And then all of a sudden, you take 4 hits from 2 TIE fighters at range 1. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's definitely one of
Wait
those.
a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, like, I mean, Backstabber at 4 points, like, doesn't quite feel as strong as any of the 4-point like sock arcs in Republic.
No, yeah. Although I will say this list, like going all in on like Jag or Wolf, the list I was playing, like they usually can melt an arc before they get to shoot. Again, you need a little bit of luck on your side in terms of getting those 3 hits, and don't roll as many crits.
Yeah, it's always feels bad for oddball
Oddball. Otherwise, yeah, just go all in on Oddball. The only downside to that is he will trade shots with you. But
and then one more shield to chew through.
right. Yeah, typically with my strategy with Oddball is the boys from the side get range 2 shots on him, Vader range 1 shot on him, Tomax barrage rocket, and then Merrick range 1 to be the last one to shoot. And usually he gets a couple crits in, he picks whatever is really bad for Oddball, and that would be my plan. And if Oddball lived through all of that, then I'm like, all right, I have lost this game. And this is not going to go well for me then.
A 3 bank from Vader, so Chewie will live another round.
Well, we will have that shot from Backstabber.
Oh, that's true. And we'll get to add the 3rd die because Vader is there in the side arc.
That's true. Yeah, Vader. Do we see? What do we see with Vader? He's going to check for a lock. This isn't. This is where start to mess with Zori a lot because you just ion missile Zori. She loses all her fun stuff. It looks like that's what we're going to do. We'll listen in here.
Dice for Vader. Spend the lock. And then spend focus for 2.
Only 2 there.
So 1, so Zori takes 1?
Takes 1. Okay.
Looks like it was just a primary.
Okay. Yeah, it was just range 3 primary. I don't think Zori has a lock, so it is imperative.
We'll do Mauler. Range 1.
And if you could deduct a shield from Zori for me, sir.
Do I have...
Thank you.
My friend. No, nothing is tapped. It's got to be range 0 to 1. He does.
Yes.
So
He's
4
forgetting
dice
about
to
Vader
Zori.
as well. Vader's there. You have it.
Yeah, we'll spend focus.
There's
for
those 4 hits I was telling you about at range 1. These TIE fighters, all of a sudden, they humble you.
And then Zori doesn't have anything to spend, so the rest of the shields. Shields down, which is half
So
point. Well, Zori is
wartime
4,
loadout
6
shields
to
down. Zori down to 3. That is half points as Carrie points out. So a couple more for Ben. 7-5.
And then Backstabber. He's got either Vader or Mauler.
Yeah, you got it.
I mean, you're going to fire Vader, maybe?
Range 2. No, I'm sorry.
No, 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 no! Don't do that.
Chewbacca. 3v2.
All right. So shooting at a Chewie.
2 hits.
2 hits. 2 evades.
He's
Not
used
happening.
so.
Not today. You needed one more shot there
Your force.
on to Chewie.
Just to call out, no shot
shot.
over there. So
Or, sorry, your 5s.
yes,
my fault.
fives.
Your
Yeah,
5s.
we're skipping already, right? So let's do this one here.
So did we?
Wait, one?
Elo did a
Yeah.
talon roll, but took a stress.
Oh, and I was
I was stressed from the turn before.
Oh, that's right.
So 3v3.
And just
one.
one.
Safe. Hello?
Yeah, I'm just.
I think you only got
Yeah,
here.
I agree. I'm just trying to figure out if that is 2 or 3.
Knock the
That is
microphone around.
3v2?
Yeah. And a hit and crit. Sorry.
So hit crit from Elo.
Takes a crit. To the hull, it's a loose stabilizer.
Ooh. Gotta go straight unless you suffer damage.
And he has 5 left?
He has 5 hull left, yeah. So you've done 3 to him so
Yeah.
far.
2.5 on.
And then
on
now the
Vizier.
4th.
Now the force. So
Nothing
no shot.
here.
to
And
Chewbacca.
then. Yeah, Chewbacca. Let me see what his options are. Did I get anything through on Vader?
No, Vader's still full.
Okay, and how much health is he total? 3 and 3?
Yeah, 3 and 3.
And then how much is his health?
He's full. He's got 4 hull.
Okay.
Yeah, these
Both the
ties,
TIE
not only
fighters
they
are
get the
full
extra
of 4.
dice, and they get that 4th hull, which is makes them really hard to one-shot as well. 3 agility, 4 hull, they can feel like E-wings almost.
4 hull.
I didn't think I got
In the
any
sense that
damage
they
on
could
either,
easily
but
blank
so
out, or they can
let's
stay
go
around for a
with
long
here.
time.
Okay.
At range 3.
Yep. 3v4.
So going into backstabber.
And I don't have. I will have Ray. So.
Yeah. 1 hit with Ray.
Yeah, not good. Should be fine. Takes it.
Palpatine.
Takes one. Oh, Palpatine.
Oh, that's right. Look at that being like, you see, nope, Palpatine coming in
D8.
play there.
Speaking of range 1,
The
obviously.
second time that
range
Palpatine's saved the damage.
Absolutely. That's really,
Ooh.
really strong part of the list.
Takes a hit crit. And that's smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so
And the
that's
crit
2
is
into-
structural damage.
Oh, structural into Mauler.
That's half points
And
on
that's
Mauler,
half
so
points
1
on
point for
Mauler.
Carrie.
He's worth 3, so you get 1 point.
So yeah, while you defend,
Cool.
you're rolling 1 less agility the
And
rest of the
that's
game.
my
Can't
two.
repair it.
Yep.
Man, when I used to play Boba and
we
he'd get a
got
structural,
3
I'm like, that's
there,
it.
3
That's gonna be the
there.
game.
We'll take 3 at
Yeah, it's always
Zori.
it feels bad when all of a sudden
Yeah.
you flip up the structure. It's like, oh no.
Luke with structural damage. Pretty rough.
1 hit.
Rack with structural though, that's in. That's
One
definitely in.
1 hit.
That's in her hole.
So
She's got how much hull left?
She has 3 left.
3 hull left. Okay.
All right, so Zori taking another
we go score one?
damage.
Yeah. Because
I misspoke earlier. I said Zori was down to 3.
So
Now she's down
I
to
have,
3 from 4 to
7
3.
8.
That's what I have as well.
Top around 5.
All right, 8-7.
This gets cleaned up.
Heading into round 5. 8-7. I'm gonna do a quick camera adjustment. I will be right back.
All right, so looking into this next round, I feel like Vader has to go and chase down Chewbacca. So potentially, I think the 3 turn with an Afterburners boost will. I think that'll fit because, yeah, Chewie's able to escape off, and that'll definitely put Carrie in a huge advantage. Although I think Backstabber's also in a position to play like three straight and have a shot into Chewie as well. So potentially keeping Backstabber and Vader together. And then Mauler. I mean, Mauler's is in an interesting position now, with only rolling the 2 agility.
Do you see a 4K from Mauler? It looks like that would fit.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably a good spot for Mauler to do the 3K.
Yeah.
Probably like a 1 bank from or
Yeah, 3K would bump. I think the 4. I'm trying. The angle is a little deceiving. I feel like it fits, but Elo's the cancer there with both of them is a little odd.
I think Vizier's just gonna have to take the punishment and do the one bank, because going over the rock the next turn is definitely not worth it.
No, it's not. I feel like Ben had an opportunity to the Talon roll with Vader. Opting not to do it didn't really make sense. You can't rely with Ray being out there on Chewie. That one hole feels like a little bit more. So I know he wanted to get in and shoot at Zori, and he's certainly done a lot of damage to Zori, but Chewbacca is in a position now where now is the time to get rid of Chewbacca when he's like flying away and not close to your ships. And now you could see him do a too hard. You could see him boost. He can get right back in the fight and be a bit of a nuisance for you. So last turn was the turn to get rid of Chewbacca. He's going to need to do it still, and obviously it's not going to be too hard if he can get a couple shots onto him. But yeah, I was surprised to see Vader do the 3 bank there. I think that made Carrie happy to see. So, yeah, loose stabilizer, going to eat the second damage to avoid hitting the rock. And we're going to 1 bank and clear the stress. If you don't mind marking that damage there on Vizier. Thank you.
So I think we've got one more for half.
Yep. My mom texted me and said, Dad and I watched you at work. Well done, Nick. You make quite the gamer broadcaster, a natural at it. I told my mom she could tune in to see what I do, because she's like always asks me, is like, what is, she's like, are you a Twitcher? I'm like, okay. It's like, yes, I'm a Twitcher, Mom.
But you're on spot on. Natural broadcaster.
And thanks, man, for the kind words, but also for being one of the first to join the Patreon. It's very generous of you. It really means a lot. Appreciate that.
Happy to.
Do still need to sort out off stream where I'm sending your swag, just because I want to make sure I get your address right, or whatever you prefer.
Very, very kind. Yeah. All right, so let's see what we got for Chewie. Grabbing the focus. Timer.
I like the 3 straight afterburners boost into range 1 focus for Backstabber. Just go all in. I know Chewbacca's still going to be able to shoot you, but you have 4 hole. You can withstand a shot, I think.
But I think it's also one of those things where, like, Vader's also potentially in a position, because if Vader turned into Chewie.
Yep. 3 hard burners as well.
Mm-hmm.
3 hard burners, ion missile. If it's going to be range 2, then obviously you don't need to. But if you just turn and have that arc already, that's where the ion missile is pretty helpful. And all you would need to do is just roll 2 hits. You might not even have to spend anything.
All right, so you called it there. Got the burners boost.
Yep. And we saw Crackshot used already, so not a thing. But we are going to barrel roll, which Carrie wanted to shoot Stabber now. The action would have to be to rotate to get that shot. So good call there. Yeah, so your game with John was close and exciting down the last round. It looks like we're going to get more of the same here. This game could come down to the last couple rounds. Chance engagement always gives us that seesaw battle illusion as well, right? Like every ship is just a couple away from taking points and goes back and forth, back and forth. I find Chance to be one of the more stressful game modes to play, especially with the keeping track of half, rounding down. Chance is also, it's the most narrow path to victory because it just does purely come down to, the center point is just kind of there as a formality because in most cases both players usually score that point. So it really does come down to just being able to get the right time on target and choose your end game target priority. If you're not able to get it or not able to get the ships in the right position, your opponent will just be able to run away with the game. So there's a lot to think about. When you're obviously higher level X-Wing play, you plan more than just one round turn in advance. With chance engagement, I feel like you got to really look 2 to 3 rounds in advance. Where am I going to be? Where am I going to need to pivot to if this happens?
Oh, for sure.
You run so many scenarios in your head.
So Vader's continuing the
Barrel rolling here.
assault into
I think shoot, BB-8's double evading because of Han. As we get a little earthquake there.
so barrel roll, target lock, and spelling.
Focus, yep. Wouldn't have been a bad turn to do the linked action to save a force. Doesn't want to be stressed, I get it, but if you want to save a force, you can.
So in arc, it looks like it might be range 2.
Getting a judge call.
Yeah. Vader's shot into the Y-wing is at range 1 or 2
Okay,
in the arc.
so Vader's
shot into the Y-wing, yes. Is it range 1 or 2?
In arc.
Not an arc check, just a range check.
Yeah, we know he's got arc, but
Okay.
don't know about the range in the
Go
arc.
backwards hat, guys.
Yeah.
Serious. Backwards
Okay,
hat.
Can I ask?
I can hold. Yeah, I'll hold Vader.
Whenever I judge, I always make the players hold the ships down. There's just so many ships on the board these days. That is really close.
Oh, I see the predicament. I'm just gonna double check with the slightly longer one.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Right the
knock
other way,
something
yeah.
around.
It's like a Chinese puzzle. I gotta get around
Right.
one edge and. I'm calling range 2.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh, range
Thank
2.
you very much.
Sorry.
That benefits Zori for sure.
That helps. Perfect. So 2v1, right? Or sorry, 3v1. That turns to a crit, and we'll burn the lock.
Jeez, he is not converting anything with Vader's rerolls.
So one
Takes a
crit.
crit.
The crit is.
That's just, bad variance for sure.
Disable poly regular.
Okay.
Before I engage,
That's-
I gain an ion.
Yeah,
token.
that comes into play immediately.
Then my 5s.
Yes.
Backstabber. That's
Yeah.
not his focus. We'll take. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Backstabber will take range 1 into Han. He doesn't have Vader in his side arc at close enough range, so 3v1.
Saying Han, but that's not Han. It's Chewie. He's just so used to Han. Nothing.
Chewie lives another turn.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he needs to
And then
stop
Waller,
abandoning Chewie as a target priority here. He's just one ship's, I guess, not going to be enough.
range 2.
So now we're taking a shot into
Nobody
Elo.
has side arc, so 2 dice versus 2. He will burn focus for 2.
So that's 1 on Temin?
Yeah, so 1 on Temin.
So that's, sorry, Temin or
Or
Elo?
Elo.
Sorry.
That's 1 on Elo. Yeah.
I'm like, this is Elo.
Yeah.
Hey, the one time I thought I got something wrong, I actually didn't. I was like, oh, did we get the hours wrong? No, we did not,
No.
folks.
So let's
We
have
did
the Elo
not.
shot take with Vizier.
Yep.
So 4, he.
Ooh, range 1 into Vizier. Vizier
Do you agree?
Let
or...
me see.
I want you to
has
check.
been
I mean,
hacked, I think.
Yeah.
okay.
What do you get for bullseye?
Marksmanship.
Okay, cool.
1 from half.
So 4, and that's. I don't have to change it.
2 crits.
But it's 6 hull, 2 shields, right? So it should be half at 4 hull right
Takes 1
now.
crit.
So you're correct. Yep.
Disable power regulator.
Oh,
Hey, another
Nine as
disabled
well.
power, DPR, as we like to call here in the industry.
Your Y-wing?
All right. So is the Y-wing tutor Vader or not? Because that's important for plasma.
It is true. It is.
Did Vizier only take 1 there? He did, huh?
We can ask the judge
It
back.
was
Hey,
2
judge.
power regular
Yep.
was the crit.
Judge.
Another judge call here.
Judge.
All right.
Now the Y-wings. I didn't kill the Y-wing.
What?
So now the Y-wing gets a shot into Vader. Is it 1 or 2?
Range or arc or both?
Range.
Range.
We know he's got arc, the front arc, but
I have
have-
plasma.
Yeah.
Squall is really
I
keeping him busy, huh?
I want to shoot at Vader.
With plasmas.
Let's do hold the ships again. I love it. First we gotta go after. Oh, time to get the shorty.
Yeah, it's a different angle, so.
It is. Come on, you guys gotta make this easy down there.
Was it not
definitely
range one?
Okay.
Yeah, looks
Okay.
like range 1 there.
So primary weapon 3v3.
But also
yeah.
because I'm looking for Ion.
Oh yeah, disable power regulator. Yep.
Ion.
So 3v3.
Yes.
No lock. Carrie. Carrie. No
Breaks the lock. Breaks the lock. Wait. What?
Yeah. Ion breaks the lock.
Yeah.
It matters. All right, so because the Ion doesn't have the lock on Vader for 2, Vader,
On Vader,
at least Vader can roll out
Vader
of
will
defense.
spend his focus.
But Carrie did take the lead there because
All right. So that's
was
my
your fives.
5.
Your
That's my
4s?
2
damage
fives, so now
into
my 4s.
Vizier. I was where
shot.
those points
Right.
come from.
So Chewbacca's going to take the range 2
Yes,
or
yeah,
3
it's the 2
on
points.
Vader.
Yep.
Range 3.
Okay. All right. So Ray, and then spend the focus.
For 3 hits.
Yep.
Vader will spend a force, I guess, for 3.
Nice.
It's better to not take damage, right?
Vader in good shape, not taking any
Um,
damage,
So my
still in
other
the middle of the
4,
scrum.
which didn't have a shot.
Yeah, so now BB?
my 3 BB-8's going to take the range 1 or 2.
It looks
on
like
Vader.
1 on Vader. Let me check. Yeah. Oh man.
Whoa, BB-8.
Survive.
3 hits.
Palpatine.
Nice. Takes
and,
1.
We take 1. And
And
recover
hate,
1
get a
force
force
with hate.
back.
Yep.
He hated that.
Still a pretty good result
And
for
then
Vader.
Vizier.
Just taking a
Range
shield.
1
If you don't mind
into-
taking a shield
I
away
don't have
from
the shot
Mr.
into
Vader.
the Y-wing, I think. No, I don't. So yeah, range 1 into LO.
I feel like that stuff feels good for both of them
Oh,
because
and-
BB probably wasn't anticipating
No.
pushing anything through.
Oh, and I
so
get a
yeah.
disable power regulator.
If I'm Ben, I'm expecting it just knowing the way BB-8, the notorious reputation that BB-8 seems to have.
4v2. 3 crits. Seems
That's
good.
really good.
Oh, that's cool.
And I still have the focus.
1 more shield.
Yep.
Just, yeah, wow. Good turn
Still
for
one shield
Elo,
left.
too.
All right, we both get 1 for the objective.
So Elo down to 1 shield.
And I didn't half anyone, right? This
No.
round and down.
Not. So should be 10 to 9.
Yeah, that's what I got.
10-9, Carrie with the 1-point lead here. Round 6 coming your way. 21 minutes and change left in this game. Who do you like in the end game here, Steven?
I think it's. I mean, looking at the state of the board right now, I mean, Chewie might just be able to get out.
Yeah, Chewie's it's just Stabber chasing him. Stabber needs to find a way to get 2 hits and not be at range 3. It has proven to be a little bit more difficult. I think Stabber still has 1 more Afterburners charge left, so do we see a 3 bank just to, in case Chewie tries to run 3 bank burners boost, should get you at least into range 2. If Chewie hard turns, it's a little bit more difficult. So 2 bank could be a safer play. Vader, though, that rock is in the way. If Vader had turned last turn, he would have been able to, in Bernard, he would be able to 4K this turn and be in a good spot to crash in on the middle of the board. Now he's going to have to rethink that. He looks like he's in a position he could 4K. On the other side of BB-8, obviously BB-8's going to move first, so BB-8's not going to be there. And you're not worried about Elo right now. Vizier can come in. Vizier could be a threat against Chewie, assuming Chewie sticks around, right? Won't be ionized until next turn.
And I guess if at this point in time, I almost feel, if I was in Ben's position, like you might have to sacrifice a round of Vader shooting to make sure that the next round that you can take Chewie off the table.
Yes, as Tom Brenneman would say, enough already. Let's get Chewie off the board. It's it's one of those things. I'm sure you and I have played so much X-Wing. You have that that one ship in your games where they just like taunt you because they're at one hole and you're like, you could have had me. You could have had me. But you didn't. It's like that. Was it is it State Farm with this card? It was like, oh, you got to be quicker than that.
So
that's how I lose a lot of my games. There's always that one ship on one hole that should have died. You know, you had like 2 range 1 shots to do it, and you had rolled 8 blanks or whatever, and you're like, oh, you know, and games are decided that way sometimes. I think Chewie will die in this game. It's gonna take a miracle to keep him alive the rest of the game. There's at least 2 more rounds left in this one. But I mean, in Zori, it's enticing. Zori's at 3, I think, or is Zori down to 2 now? I think Zori might be down to 2 actually. I see 2 damage cards there with a disabled power. Do you mind updating that? Zori down to 2 hull with a disabled power regulator from Vader's shot. So if Zori's out there, it's 2 more points for you, but Chewie's 3 more. So why not do both? And if Ben's able to do that, that should be enough to win. He needs to, you know, if he loses Mauler, that gives Carrie a couple more points. You're willing to lose Mauler if you take down at least Chewie. Zori, you know where Zori's going to be.
I think with Vizier,
You just 1 bank, right? I think that hops over. It doesn't hit Mauler. You 1 bank, you get a good shot, you focus, or maybe just evade. Unfortunately, that Talon roll from Elo is gonna happen. So.
reroll. John and I kept having to re-roll.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wasn't that the first round of the game? I was like, and we're ready to go, and not yet, and not yet, and not yet. Oh, now we're ready to go. Okay, these guys have decided to stop fooling around.
Yeah, because I think we had at least 3.
Yeah, that's wild. All right, so round 6 commencing. Commence primary ignition.
So the ailerons fit.
Are we gonna fit over Zori with the 3 bank? I don't know if you don't want to jump over Zori. You want Zori to be in front of you, not behind you. Yeah, so I know the Talon roll would put you in front of the rock, but again, it's a white Talon roll, so Elo could always barrel roll and has that HLC, so there's some flexibility there. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in and watched so far. I'm joined by Steven Weiland of the victorious champions, Team USA. Mr. Republic is here. Saw him in the first round. Thank you for joining me for commentary.
It's great to be here with you.
I hope you're having fun.
Oh, for certain.
We got some people. I told people to shout you out and congratulate you on your new job, and I just want to, again, congratulate you on your new job.
Yeah,
it's very exciting.
Really excited about it. Yeah, AmeriCorps hired me on as a female corps team leader, and so I'll be down in Vicksburg, Mississippi for 2 months for training. So I'll have a month of team leader training, and then the rest of the corps members will join us a month later for their training, and then after that, then I'll be joined by somewhere between like 4 and 8 young adults, and we'll get dispersed across the country wherever there's a need. So
very cool.
Yeah, really excited about it, and anytime that you can give back and support communities, and then also just even within the teams, like building like that team community is also something that I'm really excited about, and yeah, so. Not entirely certain as to like what it will all entail, but it will definitely be fun adventure, and anytime that you can give back and support people around you, that's always a good place to be.
Absolutely, yeah. For those, I work in higher ed marketing, and it's cool being able. I travel a lot and do a lot of interviews with students and faculty, and it's inspiring for sure, and it feels good to be in a part of the industry doing video where you feel you're actually helping people. 'Cause going to school, getting a good education, what you're capable of doing with a good education is very powerful. And it definitely feels it definitely helps avoid burnout when you believe in the cause of what you're laboring away working for, and
100%.
that's a huge part of it. If you feel like you're not really what the work that you're doing isn't directly benefiting people, it's harder for sure. I mean, my last job was doing commercial work, like social media ads and stuff, which is kind of creative and fun at times, but very stressful, and it was highly consumed and turned over. Like people, it doesn't stick around very long. The life cycle is a day or two, and that kind of sucks. So town roll the other way, and we're gonna just stay there with a focus. That's what Elo decides to do. Here's what Stabber decides to. What Stabber dialed it. I'm gonna get a. It's like a what's that? 2-bank.
Mm-hmm.
Focus there.
Because I don't think that roll would have gotten it out of arc. So
Yeah. I'm not sure what the crit. I can't remember what the crit was on.
Structural damage.
Oh, cool. Do you mind adding that to our overlay?
Sure can.
Thank you. Gotta do it, man. No, just sitting there with the focus. Okay. Vader. Oh no, we're not done yet. We're gonna barrel roll, I guess. Man, he just doesn't want to kill Chewie. He doesn't want to get shot by Chewie, but also doesn't seem to. It's just taking a while. Stabber gonna need to roll the natty 2 again. Vader taking a lock on Elo. This time we could see an ion missile.
Invader for a focus.
Although with only having the one shot in
These
Elo,
are Vaders.
getting the 2 damage to get
That
off an
is
Elo.
there. There we go. All right.
All right, Vader.
Vader, range 3 at LO. 3v3.
All right, just firing the primary.
That turns to a crit.
There you go. Hey, he actually gets 3 this time.
Oh, sorry, that's a crit, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hello. It's a very quick crit. Okay, I'm gonna spend it.
Okay.
So I just
Yeah,
take the crit.
you don't
on
want
the
to take the
shield?
crit on,
Shields.
under the hole. So shields down on Elo now, spending that focus.
And your 5s.
All right. So I'm gonna take the shot onto Marler at range 2.
Okay. 3v2.
Don't think there's it would have been worth checking for bullseye, but I guess
3
not.
hits.
3 hits though. Who needs focus?
Spend the evade.
Lawler
so
down to
takes
1. Very close to 2 more points for Carrie.
And then no shot
Holding
from your
on.
Y-Wing. Mauler has nothing.
Chewie might have a
Seven.
shot at.
Range 3.
Chewie's got trick shot, doesn't he?
indeed,
Oh.
At
Oh, range 3.
one hole left still on, right?
Yep.
Needs 2 hits.
Jeez.
Nope.
Palpatine for
Oh, he does. Yeah, Palpatine. I keep forgetting
2
about
hits.
Palpatine. Why?
Here we go.
Yep. Got him.
Yeah, so
So
can't
does he have
ray.
anyone in range 3?
Can ray
Okay.
the blank, but you don't have
Chewbacca
anything
is
else to modify the
Yeah,
eyeball.
Chewbacca's ability.
So Chewie
No,
will do the bonus
your
attack.
ships.
Oh, and in my ships. Yeah, that
Can,
crap.
no. Sorry. Can I fire at anyone at range 3?
Oh, I see.
It's Chewbacca's ability that I can shoot someone
So
at.
no, and he's out of arc.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay.
Wow.
we can
So
well,
Ben
one
caught
hit, you
Chewie
can
at the
hit,
best
Yeah, just
time
one
when he
hit.
can't
So
shoot
he's
anybody.
worth
That's
3 more. Is that right?
Yeah.
not where Chewie likes to be, obviously. So 12 to 10 now. He takes the lead.
That's
Yeah, that was
12
big.
for me. Is it right?
It was big.
That's
It
why
was. It was. I think expected at least
So
for
we can
me
remove him now.
with the time that was left, but it took a
Chewbacca's
while,
ability that
and I think
he
that was
can- if
definitely
anyone within 0 and
testament
3
to
can
Carrie doing a good
dive, he
job
gets
of
a-
forcing
that's right.
he gets
Ben
an
to
action and a
split
bonus
off
attack.
You got it.
one of his ships. I think Ben doing a good
Your
job of hedging
fours.
his bets though and not
Right,
going all in on Chewie,
just-
thinking that one was enough. Finally got
Yeah,
it.
He's going to take the shot on. Well, Vizier's how much again?
Vizier's got 3 hull left.
Okay, and what's Vader doing?
Vader is missing. He's got 2 shields and 3 hull.
Okay, let's take a shot at Vizier.
Vizier's at range 2 or 3.
That's right, because Vader did
looks
take
like
a
it's
damage last
3.
turn. So
So as we're listening
Yep,
in, the
range
players
3,
here, we're going to
3v2.
take a shot at Vizier. This is Temin.
So that's
Yikes.
2.
Just one
1.
and one.
No shot here.
Did he roll an eyeball?
So Vizier's going to take the range 2 at the Y
There was
wing.
no
I'll
bait
get
in there.
another
Oh,
ion
okay.
token.
Yep. And you're now ionized, right? Because the medium.
Yes, now he's ionized. So 3v1 on the Y wing, is that right?
Yeah.
And you got 1 hole left on the Y wing? Or
No, the Y wing has. Sorry.
3 hole left. Or
No, I have 2 hole left on the Y
2
wing.
hole left on the Y wing. Okay.
2 hole left on
He's
Zori.
up for 2.
It's hiding because of the dice cam.
So dead.
Dead. And he was worth how many?
2 more because you got it already half.
Oh, he was worth.
The table.
Zori goes down.
4.
That's
Oh,
2 more
okay,
big
yeah, so
points
2
for
more.
Ben. Gets him to 14, and typically with chance engagement, at least the way I see chance is once you get that 4-point gap, you feel really good about things.
And
It's
then we both score
a
1?
lot of
Yeah.
points. It doesn't seem like a lot, but for chance, it's a
So
lot.
I got
4
15
is a
to
lot.
11.
15 to 11. That sounds good.
Yep, 15-11. Looks like probably one more round in.
Yeah, it looks that way.
So yeah, great round. As I had mentioned, ideally you get both. You got both. You got Zori, you got Chewy. That should be enough to clinch the game. Carrie, the next thing, you're looking next at Mahler out there with 1 hole and a structural damage. Elo in a potential position to pursue, but Ben knowing that might turn in to get a block. Still dangerous range 0 shot when you have a structural damage. I don't know. You don't know about that.
So looking at win conditions for Carrie, like she would need to take both Vizier and Vizier and Mahler.
yeah,
The hard part is that with Elo just needing 1 more for half, there's still lots of points available for.
It's more than an uphill battle for Carrie here. Her ships are a little out of position. I mean, Vizier's 2 more. Vizier's at 3. Vizier, you know where he's going to be with the ion. So
And
Temin
potentially
is banks,
the
right?
bank, the bank. I don't know if that clears Vader to the right.
Yeah, but I realize Vader's kind of sticking at the nose there. You see on the overlay or on our table view. Temin just 1 banks and focuses unless you really don't like your you take a lock if you feel like you don't like your trust your dice. Rolling paint. I should be able to get Vizier. So there's a world where you get 4 points where Elo can take out Mala. You get 2 more there. You get Vizier, you get 40. It's 15-15 at that point. And then each player would get +1 more. However, that is without Elo taking half. And because of where Vader is, I don't love that not happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Elo is going to take a couple damage from Vader.
Because I think at this point in time, if I was in Ben's position, I'd probably just do a hard 1.
Yeah.
With Mahler, it's it's likely to die anyway, so it's I'm gonna get a shot in, and then probably a 3 straight with Vader, and then that should get Mahler the bonus die at range 1, and then between Vader and Mahler, I think that probably takes Temin off the board. All right, so it looks
Or
like
Elo,
it takes Elo off the board, and then it's
So knowing that, Steven, what would have been really, really interesting is it would have been such a gamble, but Elo dialing in a 4K would have made it so that Vader wouldn't have been able to get Elo that turn, and then if assuming the 1 hard happens, and you would be, but because Carrie's moving first, we don't know what Elo dialed in. But that's probably the only way Vader doesn't get to you. If he goes fast enough, he can't barrel roll to get a shot on you.
all right, so looking then.
These are all
It looks like
theories.
the 4K would it fit? It's close.
Yeah, I don't think as it is, it would have to have been moving after Mahler. I don't think it fits. BB-8, can the great BB-8 get maybe sneak in some miraculous 2 damage on Backstabber for half?
So grab that calculate.
You can do it, BB-8. You can do it.
Or maybe even the target lock. I'm just grabbing an evade.
I don't see the why. BB-8 isn't taking any damage, right? Yeah, I don't know about that. Oh, too hard. Temin. So you knew where Vizier was going to be, but you still went fast enough to run into him. One bank would have fit though. I think one bank would have been the move. So that could cost Carrie a couple points there, unless range 0 magic kicks in. Gonna one bank towards Vader and Mauler here. And now if Mauler does hard turn into Elo, the bump, I don't think Elo has a shot. The other possibility is you stick around and you somehow have Vader, right? Vader's at 2 shields. That would get you 3 points.
Yeah, so we got a bump. Grabbing the stress focus.
Kind of burnery. I know BB-8's real scary. Take a evade. There's literally no way you could have. There you go. Here he comes. Range 1. Already has a lock. Just focus. You're not going to be able to barrel roll out of arc. Elo about to be halved. 1 away from half. That would be 2 more points for Ben. We'll give him to 17. Vader 2 away from half, which would get Carrie to 14. Here we go with Vader's shot. Hit, crit. You spend that lock.
Can
See
he
if
get
he
to 4
can.
hits?
There it is.
Hey.
2 hits, 2 crits. Elo. Natty evades, takes 2 crits. Let's listen in.
First crit.
Now it's half points.
Yes. So he's 4, so 2.
There's 2 more.
Yeah. Weapons failure.
Weapons.
No.
Oh, no.
And wounded pilot.
I
Wounded.
didn't already score half points on him, right?
No.
Okay.
No, he needed 1 more to get that.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's got 4 hull.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Your 5s. Hello.
Alright. So, let's see. I'm going to take the shot at range 3 at Brazier.
Okay, so 2
Oh.
V2.
So going after Drazier to make sure.
Heroic.
Oh, no.
Heroic.
No.
Nice.
Oh,
That's
heroic.
the first time this has come up.
Yep. And then
2.
I didn't spend it, so I'm going to spend it now.
2 hits coming in hot. Vizier takes 2. 1 hull.
All right, Vizier down to 1.
Then my 5s.
You could have put a weapons failure on Elo for me.
Yep.
Just so people know why she
So
rolled
we'll take the
2.
range 0 with Mauler, so 2v2. Oh, that's off. Oh,
Nothing.
I got no modifiers. So.
Okay.
Then your 4s.
Yes. So, because Vizier is on 1 left, I'm going to take the range 0 shot.
Yep. 3v1. 2 hits, that'll do him.
That should do it.
He'll
Carrie's
spend
gonna get a
health, I
couple
guess,
more.
but, he takes 1, and he's dead. That's 2 more points for you.
Yep.
There he goes. The grand departure of Vizier. I think he got a lot of value out of Palpatine that game, right, Steven? Like he's Palpatine
for certain.
4 times, I
And
think.
then this guy.
Because
Yeah.
between
Range 2 or
the
3?
defensive
Two.
conversions and then
Yeah, he's got 2.
And then the palp killed Chewie as well.
Yeah,
So
it's true. All right, so final is. Well, actually, technically, I have
still time left in the
still
round.
time.
I might have screwed something up. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, 1814, because yeah. Sorry, I thought you had 15 for a second. Yeah, 1814.
All right, yep. Technically, just waiting for them to pick up a dial. Still waiting. Technically, the rules have changed, right? It's once you pick up.
He is playing it.
There we go. Well, oh, I do need to double. So, is it used to be as long as you're in planning, but is it now like until activation?
So I know that they've done it that way online.
Okay, I never know. Like if anybody know, like, for sure in the chat?
But
Why is Chewie stressed? That was from a while ago that you asked that, probably.
But we've got dials down on the table, so I think they got them down before the timer ran out.
Yeah, cool. They got one more round. Shout out to 30 folks watching right now. Appreciate you. And this is an official event, so we got a Worlds invite to give away. I have to like play around with the autofocus now that there's two of us. It used to be easier, but now it's more challenging. But here is what the Worlds invite looks like from a distance. From a distance. From a distance. Winner of this 4-round event will win the invite to Adepticon, which is what, the 3rd week of March coming up pretty soon.
They're not too far away.
Not too far away.
Yeah, there's definitely been a scramble. It feels like there's been a lot of Search Championships that have been at the start of the year because folks are trying.
Just like last minute, yeah.
So, kudos to all the TOs that are creating those opportunities and chances for folks to be able to punch their ticket.
Yeah.
Because especially for some folks, if they're on the fence of whether they are they gonna go to Adepticon if they don't have their invite or not? Because
LCQ is gonna be real tough.
Yeah, for certain.
It was a really hard one I played last time.
I think last time I looked, I think there were only it was maybe 3 days ago. There was only two seats left in the LCQ, so those might have been gobbled up.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's sold out now. Then.
Yeah, they moved quickly. And it's even the more casual events have also a lot of them have sold out, which I think that's a great sign for the game because it's for those side events, like those are probably more casual players. So to see both competitive and casual players that are excited to come to Adepticon, I think that's a great sign.
Yeah.
The players are still like, hey, we still want to play this game.
Still plenty of people, dedicated fan base. Don't listen to the haters. Well, that's not possible, Steven. I thought AMG was killing the game of X-Wing, that they were nefariously plotting its demise. I think not. Love to interview them again at some point. That would be nice. I think probably after a points change. If I were to do it before, I'd be like, when's the points change? I would literally be the main. It's like, guys, when is there going to be a points change? I think we are owed at least an announcement as to when it's going to happen. At this point, it's been a long time. I would expect, if I were a betting man, it would be right after, within a month after Adepticon, after Worlds. And if it isn't, I would be sad.
I think grabbing that evade again or barrel. Yeah, you certainly don't want to give BB-8 a shot.
So with Carrie buying yourself one more round, how can you get 4 points? I don't know. Don't think it's happening. 4K? Yeah. Sadly, with a weapons failure.
I think I've been looking at the board state right now. You would definitely need some massive dice variance.
Yeah, you would need 2 hits in Evader, full blank out, range 3.
Although, if Mauler dies, Carrie would get both center objective points right now. So that's...
Wow, you're right.
That's worth noting.
Yeah, Mauler. So an unmodded shot from Elo into an evading Mauler at range 3 with a structural. It doesn't seem likely. But crazy things have happened.
So 2 hits.
Hey, Elo. How you doing, Elo? Just came to say hello.
So 2 dice. Got the 2 hits.
Oh, man. There's no palp. Spend the evade. I think that's one more. It is. And he's gone. And that gets carried to 15, 17, 15. And as Steven wisely pointed out, there is nobody but Resistance in the center area. Oh, goodness gracious. We might have a draw here. I'm not sure what the protocol will be if we do a road roll. I'm not the TO. We'll figure it out. Nothing for BB-8. And it is 17-17. 18-18.
Super excited. Game ends in a tie. Yeah, it's always one of those things where, like, when it gets down to the wire, sometimes it can be easier to forget that center objective. Yeah, Nick is checking to see if they're doing ties for this tournament or if they're going to do a road roll.
Draw's not going to be good for either of us. Let's do a road roll. Draw's not going to be good for either of us. So.
I mean, you won a lot of them, so, but...
Okay, they're going to road roll.
The 2 eyeballs. You got the crit.
Oh, Carrie got the crit. Congratulations, Carrie.
Way to go,
Comeback.
Carrie. That's
Come on.
huge.
Yeah, look at Ben. That is how I feel if I were in his position. Oh, man. Wow. So Carrie wins. Final is 18-18, but Carrie wins the road roll. Wow. My goodness. Okay, let's pay out a bunch. A lot of people bet on this one.